And it doesn't mean like your ladies are only loving them because of that and that and that. Because a foreign guy is ready for competition. A South African is scared of competition. That's what I can say.
Thank you, Mr. Luis. So you're from Angola?
Yes, I'm from Angola.
Okay, Gift, I'll give you to respond now, just hold. Mr. Luis, as a Namibian, since we border you, we're the closest country to border you here in the SADC, we have Angolans that live in Namibia. Your fellow brothers also do not like the fact that Angolan women date Namibian men. But you guys are very comfortable to date our women. So is this not double standards from you guys? Because I have Angolan friends, they tell me straight, we don't like it, our parents don't accept it when Angolan women date people not from our country. So is it double standard, or what do you have to say? After you answer that, I'll give Mr. Gift to ask the question. Go ahead, Mr. Luis, respond.
Okay, what I've said, guys that are scared for other tribe or other countries or other nationalities to date the girls are guys that are scared of competition. A man like me, I'm ready for competition. I was in South Africa 5 years ago, I was dating a South African lady, I was ready for competition. When I came back to Angola, I'm dating a Congolese lady because I'm ready for competition. But the guys that are busy, these foreigners are taking our girls, they are scared, they can't talk to girls, or they can't afford what the other guy can afford toward the girl. It's about competition, like I said,
Thank you, Mr. Luis. Mr. Gift, I'll allow you to respond to him, and then from there we go to Ellie and Grace, etc. But Mr. Gift, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Thank you, host. First of all, he didn't even answer your question. He didn't answer.
Women marrying outside of South Africa. Why is it the other way around?
Host, can I jump in?
Yeah.
Okay, the reason we are not marrying from, it's simple, this thing. The reason we are not marrying from other countries is because we want to preserve our culture. We care about our country. We care about our traditions. And it becomes a huge problem when you're bringing someone what you believe in, what your principles are, they do not go accordingly with that person. It will become a problem to the kids. It will become a problem also to the country itself. Because remember, as much as when we marry, the child comes to our side, there is still that element that still the child can go and visit the mother's side. The child stays here, they go for holidays, they visit Malawi, Nigeria, or wherever. The culture is different. When they come back here, there is some sort of a lot of confusion, because as much as we have many tribes in Angola, we have Zulus, Vendas, and whatever. Yes, we have those, they are different cultures, but we are in the same country. We are abiding by the same law. We are governed by the same laws. So it becomes easier for the child to adjust with Vendas and Zulus. And now adjusting with I almost said Jolofin, with a Nigerian, it becomes a problem, because their cultures are different. The things they do that side, they are way different from our side, this side. That's why it comes back to the topic, that thing, Yoguchi. We cannot, when we say Africa must unite, it's a problem. It becomes really a problem, because it's different cultures. It's different, that we do things differently. Like I said, when they were shooting our cops that side, maybe that's how they rule themselves in Nigeria. We don't do that this side. My child goes and learns such things on the other country and tries to bring them this side. I'm the problem, because I'm the one that brought the mother this side and married married the mother, and we gave birth to the child. So it's a matter of culture, roots, and principles. That's why we as men have decided that we want our own. We want our own women that are from this land, that are from this country. Because when I say land, these people, they think Africa, it's theirs. They can come here, it's their land. From this country. That's why we want to marry from this country. So to preserve our culture and our traditions. We do not want to dilute things. We do not want to bring nonsense into the country.
Okay, thank you, Gift. I know, Steve, you are eager to respond to Gift there, but I want to bring in King George because he's been quiet for a while. Hey, Your Grace, you mentioned when you made your submission earlier that South African women, they marry outside of South Africa because of that. Financial benefits that comes with foreigners. Baba Beja, they give them money, they spoil them. So why do men in South Africa not marry outside of South Africa? Is it because women from outside of South Africa also demand to be spoiled like that?
Can I please answer that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So reason why it's because most of foreigners, like, as a woman, like they're not that much is in South Africa. So most of people who came in South Africa are men looking for life. So they leave their women back home and then they come to South Africa. So there's more foreigners who are coming from from Congo, from Zimbabwe or anywhere. They are all men. So there are few women who are coming. So that's why you see that there's no shit from South African men marrying foreigners women, because there's not much of them. Because most of the foreigners who are coming from outside are men, like they come to look for life, so that's what that's why it's happening. Like, does it make sense? So I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest, George. I just
come with nonsense. We will deal with them. They know that very well. That's why we're able to vote them out, because we are the government. Everything that you see in this country, whether they will lie to you or whatever, if it's run by the government, it means it's run by the black man. So this thing of saying that they came and divided and they're trying to destroy, they're going to eat the pie, obvious. Anyone that comes and makes their own money here, I'm not going to make my money, I want to share it with you while you did not contribute to anything. Whether you are black or white, my money is my money. So we cannot come with this motion that, hey, Africa must unite, Africa must unite. It's very difficult to do that. It's very difficult, especially when you in South Africa, whereby people come into your own country and try and tell you how to run your country. Like you are telling me right now that the Mzungus, the colonizers, when they came, we are happy, we are okay with them. We are fine with them. And there was a question you were asked, Uti, the people that are marrying there, are they staying in your country? You tried to tell us about 94. We do not care about the years. Are they staying there? I can tell you for a fact that the people that are there, they are there to work and they came in legally. The people, the Nigerians that are here, we know that they did not come here to work. They came to hustle. They came to hustle. They are selling powder. They are hijacking buildings. There are places we cannot go to right now. Sunnyside, for example. And when I say that the people, they come here and try to tell us how to run our country. Here's a typical example. I don't know when a panelist, if you remember, not panelist, moderator, if you remember, I don't know if it's last year or a year before last, where they were taking out guns, fighting with our own police while they're trying to enforce the law in South Africa. How do you unite with someone that comes into your place and not abide by your law? How do you unite with such people? So this motion of Africa must unite, hey, we have Pan-African parliament, we can unite there, but you must stay in your country, I must stay in my country. If you come in legally, working, bringing a skill that we do not have, I do not have a problem with that. You are bringing in a skill, you are coming here to work legally, your visa is right, your work permits are right, we do not have a problem. You can come and do that. But if you are coming in here just to say you want to find love, knowing very well that you don't want to find love, you are just coming here to get citizenship, why are you not going to Namibia? It has beautiful women to find love. Why are you not going to Namibia? If I could, I would go to Namibia and marry a woman and bring her here, because we have beautiful women. If it was all about love and all that. But you've skipped all these countries. You come to South Africa and come and tell us that we must unite. There is no this Africa unite nonsense. I do not agree with that. You will not take us anywhere when people are taking from us. You are coming here to take from us. You are not contributing anything to our economy. You are coming in here to unlife our kids with powder. You are hijacking buildings. You are disrespecting our police. You're doing all this sort of nonsense. and you want to tell us that we must unite. Why do you disrespect us in our own country? You people can go jump. Go to Botswana right now and try to do the things that people are doing in South Africa, and tell me if you're gonna come and tell me about Africa uniting. Botswana, they will deal with you thoroughly.
Can I quickly answer you, then you continue?
My friend, no.
Can you respond? Like, I'm going to give you 1 minute to respond, and then we'll bring Fatima in the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, and sorry, sir, for taking so long. Sorry. But yeah, I just wanted to put that point across, that the uniting thing, it's not going to work here.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I just respond quickly to Gift, like even 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Gift, remember, like I said, I'm not in South Africa. I was in South Africa 5 years ago. I finished. I went to South Africa to just do my master's, and then came back to my country. You know why I went to South Africa? The first thing was.
Don't interject, Gift. Let him talk. If you have a question, write it down. We'll circle back once Fatima submits.
Can I continue? Yeah, I was saying, like, from my point of view, I came to South Africa to do my master's and go back, and then I came because in Angola we speak Portuguese, in South Africa they speak English. I wanted to also learn English, then go back to my country. Now we're talking about the illegal foreigners. You don't have to blame those foreigners. The people that you have to blame is your government. You know, your government. You must remember that all the refugees that goes inside your country. For example, let's say a refugee from Zambia or refugee from Congo goes to South Africa, you know. Congo and Zambia will be paying for that refugee, you know. They'll pay something or about 7,500 every month, you know, for that specific refugee. Now ask yourself, how many refugees are there in South Africa, you know? Now the South African government are so greedy, they don't think about it, you know? They're just allowing more refugees to come so that they can get more money. That's why you see there's war in Congo. Allowing a lot of refugees, then tomorrow the refugees start claiming the lands to be theirs, you know? Then they start fighting. That's the problem of the South African government. The South African government are very greedy. Like Angola is very good country. Everything is in order, you know. We have very beautiful infrastructure, but you're not allowing a lot of refugees to come because our government knows the consequences of allowing a lot of refugees. Don't judge the illegal foreigner. You must judge your government for allowing anybody to come in the country. Why are they not deporting them? That's the question mark you have to ask yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Steve. If anyone has a question for you, and Cliff will settle back to that. Fatima, I want to bring you in the conversation. There is this crisis of, I'm going to call it crisis because Rasta brought it up as a topic. There is this crisis of our South African women marrying outside of South Africa. What do you think is the reason for that? What do you think is the driving factor behind that?
Good day, everyone on the panel. Good day, everyone in the comments. Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Let me just start off with, I'm going to do what is on the profile of the host. It's going to answer this. I'm going to answer one by one. So the first question asks, why are some women dating foreigners? Okay. So honestly, I think people have their own reasons why they would want to date outside South African men as women. So we can't really give how can I say, a permanent or a fact on that answer, you know. It's not a fact that maybe they want to date these guys for money, or a fact that is love. You see, it can be either one of those two. And what are South African men doing? Are South African men doing these things? Actually, you know, I was questioning this question. I was asking, if women are called Jolofinas for dating foreigner men, what are men being called that are dating foreigner women? So that is one of the things that I would like to know, because honestly, I can't call another woman a Jolofina unless who she's dating is having a negative impact on the society, and her reason for being with this person is not according to love, is not according to affection. Then I can say she's a Jolofina. But when it comes to a man, I'm not really sure what do we call him, because there's men that is doing the exact same thing. So I wonder what Nigerians are being called in Nigeria for dating South African women instead of Nigerian women, or any other ethnic group. So also what I want to say is these women that are using men for money and monetary gain is actually messing up everything, because at the end of the day, we have to respect culture, right? Culture is very important. Culture says that when a man or a woman decide to get married to each other, it's usually the man who marries a woman. A woman doesn't marry a man. That is why a woman goes to the man's family, takes the man's surname, takes the man's citizenship, not the other way around. So what the brother Keith said was very, very valid. Even the children, when the children is born, like I'm seeing here in South Africa today, when the children is born, because they are now under the mother, born by a mother who is South African, when she registered, the father's name is not on that birth certificate, right? So at the end of the day, statistics will say, when the government goes to SASSA because they get this grant, when the government goes to the statistics, it will look as if South African men are leaving South African women fatherless, which is not true, because of the names not being put on the children's birth certificates. And also nationality wise, it's a lot of stuff that goes on, you know. So I think what the brother said was right. It also affects indigenousness. Our indigenous is very important. So if you're from Congo or Angola and you get married there, you're indigenous as a man. Your culture, your tradition must be learned and must be transferred over into your family. How do you do that if you're going to now, just because the child's born there and as a citizen there, it's not fair on the child. You must learn the child, even if it's dual citizenship, you must do that. The child must have dual citizenship from the mother and the father's side to keep a balance. But this thing of getting married for money and documents and stuff like that, that is not right. It's causing a whole havoc in the system, and that is upsetting many South African men, calling them lazy, telling them that they're not good enough because they don't want to work, which is not the case. It's just the case of the system that is not working on everybody's side. The system is not on the side of South African, the citizenship, it's not on the side of the foreigner and the registration of their papers and documents either. You see, and how do we catch? How are you going to catch an undocumented person if you don't even... There's no number on them, there's no fingerprint in the system here in South Africa or in the system in the other country. You see, so it's a messed up thing. It's not fair on anyone. But honestly, that name of John Lofina is not a good name. It's not something to be proud of. It's not good to call another woman as a woman a Jolofina. But unfortunately, how she acts or what she's doing, according to, if it's illegal, then she probably deserves to be called that. And that's my take on that. Thank you very much.
Let's stick with not calling people names. Let's stick with not calling people names, no matter the reasons why they are doing what they are doing. Let's try not to call them names. Jolofina doesn't sound like a nice name. Do we have any questions for Fatima in the panel? Okay, that's good. That's good. That means, Fatima, you delivered a solid submission there. So,
answer Fatima quickly about the name calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, the name calling, if you go around Africa, like I'm from Angola, I was in Tanzania, I went to Kenya, I went even to Nigeria, I went to Burundi, Rwanda, you know, even Congo was there. If you go all over there, you know, no other country will call names to other African brothers, you know. The name calling only takes place in South Africa. But out of South Africa, there's nothing like name calling. We all Africans, you know. We call each other Africans, you know. That's all I can just answer, Fatima.
Stephen, I get what you're saying, but you see, it's different culture, you know. Each country there's their own thing going on. Like here in South Africa, we have our own thing going on here also. You see, we call names. Yes, we have name calling. It is like that. Unfortunately, I understand that there in other countries they don't do that, because I believe that South Africa is more like, how can I say, under a spotlight. It's a country that's under a spotlight. It's a young country that got its democracy not so long ago, you know. So like, we don't call names because we want to embarrass you or something. We're calling you that name because of a specific reason in that specific person's mind. You know, it's not that we want to call you that name or it's a nice thing. Yes, I know in other countries there's no name calling, no one does this, but yeah, they focus on, you know, I think, yeah, there's a lot of movements here, man, that is known. You know, South Africa speaks out about things that they don't like, things that affect them. It's freedom of speech, you see, and I think it comes with that. When you have a freedom of speech, you will do that. I think if other countries also had that amount of freedom of speech, there would also be name calling. So yeah.
Yes. And I just want to